All right, so this is week 6, and I read a few articles from the New York Times and The Guardian discussing how Trump's travel ban is affecting the business in Silicon Valley. Nearly 130 companies in the technology field filed an amicus brief to the United States Court of Appeal referring to Trump's travel ban. The brief argues that the ban will harm innovation and economic growth within the states and will encourage investment in other tech companies from other countries. The appeal was signed by a variety of tech companies but included big names such as Apple, Facebook, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Uber, and Intel. These companies are taking a stand against Trump and using their influence, power, and money to influence against the ban. These companies run the risk of losing customers due to the fact that they support Trump, but ultimately they aren't concerned because these tech companies such as Google or Facebook are such a large part of our lives. These companies also have a close relation to the travel ban because some of these companies were founded or are currently being run by immigrants. Fighting this ban is also in their self-interest because companies such as Microsoft has a 66% of its employees are affected by this travel ban. Another example is that Apple's founder Steve Jobs' father immigrated from Syria. Some workers were forming a group called Tech Solidarity, which was working to raise money to assist any workers who may be caught in the travel ban. Immigrants from around the world have founded 51% of the current US-based startups and are valued at more than $1 billion. These companies believe that immigrants and innovation go hand in hand. People from all over the world with brilliant ideas are what made these tech companies the empires they are today. Airbnb was one of the most vocal companies, putting out campaigns showing their aversion to the travel ban. They even offered short-term housing over the next 5 years to 100,000 people, starting with refugees. They also have agreed to donate $4 million to international rescue community. Many other tech companies have agreed to as well. Now the question is, will this affect any profits of these large tech companies? Probably not immediately. These companies have made the correct choice by not to support Trump's orders and showing their customers and employees they care and using their influence for good. These companies of Silicon Valley have such a large hold on our economy. As a reference point, in 2012, it was claimed that Google Ads added $80 billion to the US economy. So, as I mentioned, these companies have such a large consumer base that their decision to fight the travel ban should have no effect on their expected revenue. But if the travel ban gets reinstated, there could be major economic repercussions. According to an article in SiliconValley.com, the travel ban isn't enough to drive down the price of these tech companies' stock, but over time, it is unsure what will happen.